Hello everyone, I'm Krasi and this is my weekly prognosis for the week starting on the 8th of June. I'll make my overview and then we'll see day by day what the week will bring us. So what happened is on the 5th of June we had an eclipse, a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse. I have separate video exactly explaining the eclipse and what to expect from the eclipse in a long term, because you know that the eclipses do not give results just on the day of the eclipse or the day after. Yes, they do, but they are known with their long lasting and results which are seen really in the future. Like the nearest result that we can expect from the eclipses is 10 days to up to 1 year even. So if you like, take a look at my analysis, which includes the eclipse on the 5th and on the 21st of June. I will put link under this video. So we are in a week which is influenced by the eclipse, and we are in a month of eclipses. And like you know, year which has more than 5 eclipses like this year is not considered an easy year. Well, we do live in interesting times, and eclipses are not something that never happens. Every year we have eclipses, so nothing to surprise us so far. The difference this year, of course, is with the important aspects, conjunctions, the phases of Mars, and many more, because the conjunction, for example, between Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto is something that happens in approximately 20 years. So the eclipses are only triggering or the events which these conjunctions or which the phases of Mars are actually meaning and bringing us. So yes, we had eclipses, and this week actually is also very interesting because we have retrograde planets. Jupiter and Saturn, of course, are still retrograde up until September. And then we're having Mercury, which is still visible. The visibility of Mercury is something that we don't see every day, because Mercury is so near the sun that to see Mercury visible and so powerful in his sign of Gemini is something really very nice and not happening every day. It's like for the Northern Hemisphere, for example, only 7-8% of the horoscope would have Mercury who is visible. So you see, it's not a phenomenon which just happens every day. So what is this meaning, of course? Well, it is about Mercury is carrying information. He is communicator. He is about commerce. He is about, and now when visible, you see people are opening their eyes. They're searching for truth. They have the desire to share their own view on the truth. So you can see, even though the censorship is truly like no one before, you see that people still insist to present their point of view. They're searching for the truth, and this is happening also because of the placement of Jupiter and Saturn. So it's not only Mercury, but the whole combination is reviewing the truth. Of course, it includes suppression of truth, but people do not give up. Why suppression? You can see Neptune, Mars are aspecting Mercury, but Rahu is with Mercury, and people are really willing to express their point of view, willing to search, to share their truth. And even more now when the week is starting with the moon making opposition to Mercury. So this Mercury is important, and even on the 28th, when Mercury was just for the first time visible on the evening sky, not for the first, but nearly, still in a phase. On the evening star, I made my powerful Mercurian talismans, which are for what? Which are for exactly helping us with knowledge, with our communication skills, with commerce and business, and so much more. What also, nothing new, but I will tell you, Jupiter and Saturn are retrograde, and they're bringing us back to reviewing, revisiting the truth, revisiting moral values, revisiting knowledge, revisiting philosophical perception of the world. And of course, they have to do, especially Saturn and also Jupiter, who is also the king, he's Marduk in ancient Babylon. They invite us to review and our perception of this reality and to wake up. And people are waking up like never before. It's beautiful to see, even though we are being put in a situation which is completely generated, not natural. You can see how people are waking up for the truth, and you could see this on the sky. And yes, so this is continuing this week, and Uranus is still in sidereal. No, Uranus, excuse me, Mars still is in sidereal Aquarius for until the end of this week. So we can see more of people revolting and more of people manipulated, and maybe revolting through manipulation because Mars is conjoined Neptune. This week, more and more, Mars is approaching this conjunction. And what is happening? Beautiful, beautiful. Venus is becoming visible in 3 days. So count Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, around Wednesday. Try to see Venus on the morning star. This is something beautiful. I recommend to welcome Venus. She is, what is she? She will appear now because she changed when she became visible. When she was visible and was turning retrograde, she was still an evening star. Then she became invisible. Then via her retrogression, she changed and she became a morning star. She will become a morning star when it becomes visible. So she went basically through 3 phases. First, she was an evening star, retrograde, invisible, retrograde, visible as a morning star. So she will become still, she will still be visible, but still as a retrograde morning star. She will appear as the Athena Pallas. I'm preparing a video which you probably will find interesting. At least I'm very happy to make it. It is about the phases of Venus in the shape of the pentagram. So, and then I'm explaining. It's a fascinating subject. I will soon post it, and you will see what I mean. So let's start looking at the week day by day. Monday will be the Monday 8th of June will be the 15th lunar day after the full moon, after the eclipse. We're having already a waning moon. Because of the eclipse this week, just to tell you that in general, the week is not very, very appropriate for invasive surgical intervention. So if you need to do some medical intervention, yes, but invasive not. Also to tell you 3 days after the beginning of the week, like already from count Wednesday on, the week would be very beautiful for beauty procedures because the beautiful Venus is appearing. When she's retrograde, imagine she's watching back towards youth. So beauty procedures could be appropriate, but I will tell you this day by day. So let's see, Monday, 8th of June, 15th lunar day. The moon is in the vicinity of a very special place, which is the nebula. Nebula is a cluster of stars which form like a cloud, something formation. And this is meeting of, this is placement of the moon, of the waning moon is in the nebula of Sagittarius, very spiritual place, but it's a nebula. So I hope people stay awake and not, because the nebulas are something that can put clouds in the vision. They can put dust in the vision, and people can, for moments, lose their vision. So moon is in the nebula, and even oftentimes when people are born with moon or sun in the nebula of whichever constellation, they would have issues with their vision. So the moon, so I hope we remain, we still keep maintaining the process of awakening, and our vision will not be suppressed during this week. So the moon in the nebula of Sagittarius is a very spiritual place, can be a bit misleading, but still a very spiritual place, very, very. And because the moon will make opposition to Mercury, but is still applying to aspect with Mars, I hope this plays very good role in terms of awakening, people still being able to overcome the suppression and the censorship of speech. So it will have to do a lot with speech and spirituality. And this Monday also, it's ruled by the moon. And yes, the moon is, like I told you, in the constellation of Sagittarius, philosophical, very seeing the truth, very much about, of course, spirituality and speech and communication, seeking for the truth speech, the knowledge that is really reliable. And this is Monday ruled by the moon. And you remember, I like to repeat this because I repeat it also to myself. It's wonderful if we could take the food which has the colors of the day. What is the color of the day? So this is not my idea, this is an ancient idea. What is the color of the day? White. Blue, we can't eat blue maybe, but white. What is this? Rice. The moon is also ruling light purple. What is the moon ruling? Take the lavender, for example, but as a herb, but otherwise white food. This is the gemstones of the moon. I will also repeat you. The most well-known are the pearls, also the blue, aquamarine, larimar. All these are gemstones of the moon. So on this day, we may travel, we may even negotiate if you have something that you need to do. But new beginnings, when the moon is waning, it's better that you complete for good important actions. And then on Tuesday, 9th of June, 16th lunar day of the waning moon, the moon is exactly applying to aspect with Saturn and is having the trine of Venus, which is preparing to become visible, but not yet. So the moon is separating from aspect with Jupiter and applying to Saturn. This day is not very beneficial. We may need to be a bit careful. This is about 9th of June. Just be careful on this day and also on the next day. And the days ruled by Mars. Medical interventions you can do. Again, if there was no eclipse just 2 days ago, I would say even invasive, but not in this particular case because of the eclipses. So you can do medical interventions, but just be careful. Not invasive beauty procedures, not yet to travel, be careful. The moon is applying to aspect with Saturn. This is not very easy. And the day is ruled by Mars, colors of Mars, red, food, red peppers, chilies. The foods of Mars are ginger if you need to support your immune system, garlic, onions, gemstones, red coral, not the one that is being painted, dyed, but red coral, red, what is red? Garnet, red garnet, wine red color. So on this day, be careful when traveling. Yeah, Venus is watching, she's giving some help, but still, the day actually is interesting in terms of finances, can be even beneficial because also the sun is conjunct important star of money, and Venus is in Aldebaran and preparing to rise heliacally to become visible. You may feel a bit too emotional. Revolts may continue all over the world. Doesn't matter what they show on the not real media, but still revolts are taking place because of the placement of Mars, and people are being involved sometimes by fraud, not naturally. Neptune is there. So also think of these revolts maybe as sort of other, I'm not sure, manipulation. So this is about Tuesday. And then we're looking at Wednesday, 10th of June. The day is specifically to be careful. The moon is still with Saturn. Wednesday is a great day in terms of communication, sharing your knowledge. You may do, of course. Just be careful because still the moon is with Saturn. And there is exact trine between the moon and Venus, which in one day only will become visible. So even from some places, you may be able to see Venus as a morning star. So this is one thing. Mars is still in Aquarius. He's a bit unpredictable there. You know, his fiery nature in the placement of Aquarius with Neptune. You don't know what is he hiding. And remember, he's the god Nergal. He's ruling the netherworld. So he is really full of surprises. And he was called in Babylon the unpredictable. He was called this way. People would fear him a lot, tremendously. He is making aspect with Venus, and he can make people very, very, very emotional, sometimes more emotional than it should be. So Wednesday, day of knowledge, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is visible in Gemini, very powerful, very, very well placed. Actually, in the vicinity of Sirius, spiritual, beautiful, amazing star, which makes people visible in what they do. So yes, in this regard, you can share your knowledge. You can do media communication work. Even commercially, this can be interesting. Financially as well. The day is not bad financially, but not for beginnings. It's for completing deals more than for starting new beginnings. And then let's look at 11th of June, Thursday, 18th lunar day of the waning moon. And here the moon has no course, not a very easy position of the moon. It is conjoined with important stars, very karmic stars of the constellation of Aquarius. So it's not bad, it's never bad. It's show opportunities and lessons if we like to live in such reality. But still, it's not a very easy position of the moon. Therefore, still we know the moon is in Capricorn, not because it's fallen, but because it's in the vicinity of Saturn. We may need to be careful. Medical interventions we can do, surgical if you need to, but I would rather say if they're not invasive. This week is like that. And to travel, be careful. The moon is void, of course. Well, you can travel, negotiate. Mercury became invisible. This morning already, you won't be able to see, as he's still an evening star. He will become visible as a morning star soon, but he is now invisible. But what? Venus became visible in Aldebaran, the most powerful royal star of money. And this is 11th of June, 18th lunar day of the waning moon. Try to see Venus as a morning star. Make your wish, say a prayer, connect with her. This is amazing opportunity. And it's easier to see Venus on the night sky than to see Venus on the morning star, because on the morning sky, because you really need to catch the moment when the sun is just before the sun is rising. So it's something like that around this time. So I'm so happy that Venus has become visible, because every invisibility of hers is being felt like a lack of what she's bringing. And I believe this concerns the whole world. Let's see what she will bring us with her visibility. Watch what will happen around after the 10th of June. She will bring something related to the finances. She's changing the courses, and she will make, how they call this, correction of the financial markets. Watch this. Financially, something interesting she will bring. For some people, this will be a very good financial opportunity. Depends how your Venus is placed in your horoscope. Travel you can, yes. Beauty procedure, absolutely, yes. Even on this day, I'm creating my own facial cream with natural herbal ingredients. And when Venus is becoming visible, just giving you a tip. And now this is Friday, 12th of June, 19th lunar day of the waning moon. Retrograde Venus, still near Aldebaran, and the day is ruled by Venus. Super good day for beauty procedures. Here I know Mars is making a square, doesn't matter. This is Venus. Venus is retrograde. The moon is making harmonious application aspect to Mars. So this is something very nice, wonderful for beauty procedures. Still, because Mars is aspecting, if you want to do something very invasive, better be careful. On this day, you may travel, you may do your media work. The day is very interesting, and it's Friday, day of Venus. Wear pink, wear white, beautiful flowery scents and colors. Cherries, look at my cherries, are ruled by Venus. Sweet apple, all these things you can, all these beautiful foods. Sugar, sweet, it's all the sweet pleasures, those things are coming from Venus. And then we're having the 13th of June, 20th lunar day. The day is Saturday. It's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn, you know, is retrograde, powerful in his own sign with Jupiter, bringing us back to what happened while he was in Sagittarius, revisiting our belief system, philosophical knowledge, and waking up, revisiting our discipline and moral values, and waking up. People, we all need to wake up eventually. Saturday, it's good to have in mind that the day is ruled by Saturn, because he's the Lord of Karma, and we have all reasons to respect him. We can wear black, we can eat all this black currant fruit, for example, fruits, or what else is ruled by Saturn. The black cedar, Nigella sativa, black cumin is herb of Saturn. On this day, you may travel carefully, medical procedures not, still beauty procedures probably not anymore. And you can, yes, travel. You may negotiate. Mercury is still in the fast, so you can still share your knowledge, do some media work, do some commercial work. And then let's see what's happening on Sunday. On Sunday, June 14, the day of the sun, welcome the sun. Eat all beautiful orange fruits that you have in mind. Oranges, for example, are solar. Actually, if you look, you know, the sun is the father of the solar system. Actually, everything is like ruled by the sun. So we can wear red, orange, welcome the sun. It is amazingly good. What can we do on Sunday? It's the 21st lunar day. It is considered critical, so we may need to be careful. Critical would say that the ancients would spend time in the temple or by themselves, doing their own secret, whatever practices or meditations. Just the day is a bit critical for making important steps, starting new initiatives, doing surgeries. It's not appropriate. Medical interventions, beauty procedures, you may do, because what is the most beautiful thing in the universe? This is the sun. So beauty procedures you may do if they are not involving really some invasive corrections, because the moon is in the sign which is Pisces, is not appropriate for this. The day is wonderful for practices which would support your intuition, for example. In any case, it's a beautiful day for media work, studying, sharing your knowledge. You may travel, beauty procedures you may do. What else? Yeah, I forgot to mention this week, but I'll make an overview about the agriculture. Great week for agriculture, especially now after Wednesday. You can plant flowers, the fruity trees. You can work and do amazing, beautiful things in your garden. This week is more appropriate for rooty vegetables, but flowers, trees you can plant. And to clear out the weed, it's more appropriate now than the week before. So I'm completing now my week day by day. Hope this was useful. The next video I will put will be about the pentagram of Venus. I'm still working on it because it's very interesting. Hope you like it. If you like to study astrology with us, or if you like to have a consultation with me, all my links are under this video. And take a look at the video about the eclipses, because it has long-term impact. Thank you for your attention. Your comments are welcome.